What is going on, y'all? It is your boy, Larry Long Jr., back again for this week's Midweek, Midday Motivational Minute. I can't believe it's episode number 9. Woo! Time is flying. We are in 2026, trying to get in the mix. And this episode number 304 overall. We are going to keep the good times rolling. Come on in. Make yourself at home. Let's go ahead and have a great chat. First things first, I got to give a shout out to my peeps. Woo, I'm just coming back from Portugal, taking the trip with my family. I want to give a shout out to Queen of Clubs. They are creating magical experiences all throughout Europe as a DMC, a destination management company in England, in Spain, in France, in Italy, in Portugal, in Switzerland, in Ibiza. I used to say Ibiza, but they correct me real quick. Ibiza, as well as expanding into Germany and Portugal. They created just an amazing experience for myself and my family to enjoy Portugal. Just top notch, first class. Thank you so much to Filippo. Thank you so much to Jennifer. Also want to give a huge shout out to Ornella from Australia, who held it down with our amazing itinerary, as well as to the other Ornella for the amazing pictures capturing my best side, which is the west side. Nah, I don't have a best side. Who am I fooling? It was also great catching up with Chaz Scarantino and family. Thank you so much, Chaz, for joining us at the traditional Fado music. We had a blast. The kids had a blast. Maria had a blast. I had a blast catching up with you and the family. So last week we talked about what's the real definition of sales. How do you define sales? Things that make you go, But today I wanted to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. Stress. It'll kill you. Stress and strain. Today is March the 4th. It's about that time where we're coming off of that high of the new year. And I'm having some great conversations. I've been doing some sales training, working with some high achievers, and I'm starting to hear it. I just heard it yesterday from a group of leaders, sales leaders that work for an amazing company, and they have all the great intentions in mind. But I'm starting to hear some things of, Larry, I'm underwater. Ooh, do you need a life jacket? Do you need me to throw a life preserver? Larry, I'm super busy right now. It's getting crazy. I've got competing priorities. If you can just see my laundry list, my to-do list, you'd understand. Well, hey, I get it. I understand when you've got competing priorities and it starts to heap on you. It starts to stress you out. You start to feel burnout. Believe you me, I get it. And sometimes we just want to brush it off. Oh, it's just a busy season. It'll come and it'll go. And I just need to do some more push-ups. And unfortunately for high achievers, a lot of times it's an opportunity to really sit back, reset, and take a look at what is really going on. What's the root cause of all these feelings where you might feel trapped? You might feel stuck with nowhere to go, especially high performers, high producers that are used to getting it in, used to doing it all, essentially having that Superman, that S on your chest. Yeah, for those that remember, I think it was Cam Newton, who was the Superman of the NFL with the Carolina Panthers. Superman. I encourage you, don't be Superman. You don't need to normalize. You don't need to just figure it out to function, because I already know you're showing up. You're showing out. You're still delivering. You're still getting things done, and you're fooling yourself on the outside. And I see my wife joined. I want to say I love you, baby, because she's seen me in corporate America. She said, baby, I know you put on that smile for a mile, that Kodak smile, bling. But I see you when you come through the doors. Your shoulders are slumped. Your head is down. You're not your normal self, and you play like you're okay, but you're not really okay. What you gonna do about it? Thank you so much for asking me that question, baby. And now I'm gonna ask the question of you. What are you going to do about it? Right now, you're functioning, you're handling the pressure, you think you're at your best, and you're forgetting the rest, but you're forgetting the basics. The group that I spoke with yesterday was 8 leaders. They said, Larry, unfortunately, we're dropping the ball on the basics, scheduling time with their direct reports, those one-on-one times that we know are so important, but they've got so many other things going on, and everything's a fire drill. Everything is urgent. Everything is important. If that's the case, then nothing is urgent. Nothing is important. Your body wasn't built to be at that high state of, I can't even find the words for it. And I'm a wordsmith. So I really want to ask you the question right now. How are you dealing with stress? How are you dealing with the strain? How are you managing it all? How are you juggling all the balls and all the responsibilities that you're juggling? I just did a quick reflection. Actually, it wasn't even quick. It was a long reflection during that long flight that we had, and then the flight delays that we had coming from Portugal to DC, back to Raleighwood, up to All Good. I started thinking because I just earned my CSP, Certified Speaking Professional designation. Oh my goodness, I am hashtag too blessed to be stressed, to be recognized for rocking the microphone at an elite level. But I got to thinking about my journey, about the adventure that got me here, about the misadventures that got me here as well. And as I started thinking about the time away from my family, the late nights really preparing my content, the investment of time, energy, resource. There's so much that goes into it that comes out of me and comes out of you when you give so much and you care and you care and you care and you care. Sometimes you neglect that. You've got to recharge. You've got to refill yourself. You've got to fill up that coffee cup to overflow so that you can really be at your best to serve others. Now, we know this, but oftentimes there's a gap between what we know and what we do. So I encourage you to pause and think about, how are you managing the stress? How are you managing the strain? What does your journey line look like to get you to the success? Are you being intentional with building the life that you want to live? Let me ask you this question. What do you want your life to look like specifically, personally, professionally? I would imagine that you want to not get rid of all stress. That's not possible. At least, I don't know. Maybe it is. But how do you manage and deal with it as you go through life, as you get to the places that you want to get to? So I got to thinking about career, thinking about leadership, thinking about life, and realizing that, hey, there's demands, there's expectations that we have. It is what it is. But what can we control? So I thought about it and I put together 7 steps. Step number 1, stop and smell the roses. I want you to reflect. I just want you to really think about, how is your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit? What is that pulse like right now when it comes to your mental health and how you're feeling, your physical health? Number 2, I want you to be intentional with your breaths. So often we just go through life and we're just going through life. When we were in Portugal, it gave me some time to really just slow down. Now, I was working, so that wasn't the whole case. I think my family, I was working hard, they were playing harder, which I love. But sometimes we got to slow down and smell this. Number 3, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. How often are you moving your body with intention throughout the day? Getting outside, walking, stretching, running, especially here in North Kakalaki. I think it's going to be a 70 plus degree day. Are you out on the golf course? I wish. I got dreams. I talked to my buddy Marcus, my golf buddy Marcus. It was all a dream. I wish, I wish, I wish. I also want you to think about what can you remove out of your life. Had a great conversation with my colleague this morning, George Lenny. Thank you so much for sharing about your intention in terms of intentionally removing those things that are no longer serving you. Number 5, we were talking about going to the Masters and talking about how these phones aren't allowed. Have you ever detoxed? Technology detox. It does a body good. We tested it out with my son, 16 years old. Just a lot of things going on. He turns into a whole different young man without the phone, without technology, without video games. Number 6, check your sleep. Did you get a good night's sleep last night? I don't have the Whoop band, but my Apple Watch sometimes will give me a sleep alert to let me know. Generally, Larry, you're not getting enough sleep and you're not getting good sleep. What about you? Number 7, I want you to reflect. I want you to intentionally reflect. Even if you don't use a diary, write down the feelings. Put it on paper. Put it on a whiteboard. Go ahead and reflect on how you're feeling, because stress will kill you, and we don't want that to happen. So my encouragement for you today is to be your best. Forget the rest and lean with it, rock with it on your community. You don't have to do it alone. Whatever it is that you're going through. I was just in Lamar State College in Orange, Texas, and had a conversation with a few of the staff there and the demands that they have from the students. You're not alone. It's everywhere. The stress, the strain, and sometimes we beat ourselves. Yes. No, it doesn't have to be that way. So I invite you, I encourage you to really craft and design and step into that life that you really want, that life that you really deserve. And if there's ever anything that I can do to support you, you know where to find me. You'll probably hear me before you see me. So I wish you a wonderful Wednesday, a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. And next week, you'll probably get a recording because I'll be flying to Australia. Ooh, I can't even believe it. For me to be able to say I'm heading to Australia, I'll be in Sydney, Australia, and then heading to Cairns. So I might check out the Great Barrier Reef. I'm not sure if I'll make that, get a little bit of seasick, but we'll see if we can overcome the seasickness and the fears. So thank you for tuning in. Stay jolted. Wishing you well. Be great and manage that stress and that strain. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week, IG. Peace. Thank you so much, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Nothing but love for you. Take care now. Peace. Holla at your boy.